What's good, people? Today you're going to see how I'm the world's worst arable farmer, how I'm the world's worst welder, and how I missed my calling as a contortionist. Now, if that doesn't wet your whistle, I honestly don't know what will. Let's go. Get you out of there. Have to put the hitch on, because if you got the drawbar on, when the PTO shaft is in there onto that, because it sticks out like as far as this when it's all the way in, if you put the sprayer down or anything with the PTO shaft on, it's going to bend your PTO shaft, and that's the last thing you want. Now, we haven't used the sprayer this year because arable crops have been a complete write-off. It's just been sat here in the shed. So Dad drained it down last autumn, took all the filters off, as you can see, like here and here. There's another one at the back, a couple more either side, there's some filters underneath. Drop some pipes off, and it's kind of sat like that. And the reason why we do that is because, for those of you who don't know, the last thing you want, if these have got a bit of water sat in them and it gets frosty, which didn't really happen this year, but if it does, it'll crack all the filters, crack all the pipes, and you have to have all brand new ones. So it's just easier just to drain it down. So I've got to put all this stuff back on before I hitch it up, because it'll make life a lot easier to do it now than do it when the tractor's on. Bag full of bits. It's a big filter. Oh, that one goes there, that's right. It's been a long time since I've done this. I'm not much of a sprayer operator. I'm not much of a tractor operator, but anything arable, other than the combine, I can drive that pretty all right. You just can't keep it running. Bit of straw in there, let's get that out. Now, luckily for me, or for us, we haven't really got much spraying because the arable has been an absolute write-off. The spraying we've got to do, just this one fungicide on some barley, and then we've got a load of Roundup to do, ready to do some spring grass drilling. I haven't got to worry about that quite yet, maybe next week. So this does need getting right, it needs getting sorted. There's an oil reservoir, make sure that's, well, that's completely empty. That's not a good sign. Oh, just took this one off, put this one on. Right, job done. Let's do a couple of them boom filters. These are little filters, just tiny little things, inline filters. Got the little end caps for the booms too. Gotta make sure they got O-rings in, or else we're gonna have water everywhere. Bet all the nozzles will be blocked up when we get round to it as well, because they just love doing stuff like that. A little bit of oil in here, up to the line. There we go. That wasn't too painful, getting that all up and running, so I just gotta hook her up. Oh God, I'm so bad at this. Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. Oh my God, what the hell am I doing? I need to go out of them. Oh God, I'm pressing all the buttons. Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm making a right mess here. Top link. Forgot about the top link. This is now where it starts to get awkward. Oh my God, it's tight. They don't make it easy. I'm feeling like I'm moaning a lot today. Maybe no more than normal, I've just not got the camera rolling. Let's get out, go turn her off. Need to do the PTO. Never do the PTO with the tractor running. How many pipes do you need? For a sprayer, 3. Day in the life of a terrible arable farmer. Round at the front linkage there's a valve, works off the third spool. If the valve on the front linkage is open, so that the front linkage is working, if you plug something in, it just fires oil at you. I thought that it was still turned on. It's not turned on, so I've just climbed out there for nothing. And now for the pièce de résistance. Where's she gonna get the arms up? And she'll be on. I think I missed my calling as a contortionist. Just parked up. And lo and behold, I found another pipe dangling off. Come on, go. Once I get some water in there, I'll soon know if I've missed any more pipes off. But I think I've got them all now. Put the drill box back in the cupboard, because let's be honest, we ain't gonna need that now, are we? Gonna take her down the brook and suck using the filter out of the brook line, because we normally fill up out the tanker, which those of you who watched for a long time will know. However, young Finley had a bit of a mishap with the tanker and he's snapped the valve off the back, and we can't get a valve to fit it yet. We've been struggling. Dad, I think, has found one, but it's like 1.5 inches rather than 2 inches. Most of these kind of valve things are 2 inches, but not the one on this farm. No way. And we got to make sure that it's awkward, because if it's not awkward, it doesn't belong here. Just a little bit more clambering about. There we go. Gotta try and remember how this works. Oh, it's all stiff. Spraying, cleaning, filling. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. She's filling up slowly. 200 litres. We only need about 800 litres of water. 750, 800. Key back on the top. That'll do, I think. Need to get sorted out. Get some chemicals in. Hang my hat up, put her on there. Oh, Jesus. Got a bit of a medley of different things going into this because it's just stuff we got to use up out of the chemical store, which is good. That means it's kind of free. It's not free because we already paid for it, but kind of. Always tend to chuck the empty cans underneath the wheel and then crush them because we have like a recycling thing and we pay per bin liner, and obviously a flat can takes up less room. I don't know if that makes me tight or smart, but maybe it's tight and smart. Maybe I'm both. Face shield up so you can actually see me. You're probably thinking better off that face shield down. So you probably saw from that last drone shot as it went out the state of our arable fields, and yeah, it's not particularly present. This is actually the old brook line, which I say old, I mean probably a couple of 100 years ago, maybe even longer. This was where the brook naturally flowed, and it kind of goes through here and through the next field. It's wheat, and the same path kind of exists in both fields. The brook line's now along there, and that was just man-made ditch, just dug by hand. You can kind of see, if you look closely, where the pebbles have kind of all washed into a stream, and then the water's puddled just here and not really gone anywhere. There is a drain that runs from that hedge and it empties in that corner there, and I do wonder whether maybe the ditch is blocked or the pipe's blocked or something and it's just not quite getting away, but it's right bugger to find. We keep trying to look for it, but we can't find it. On the top, it's not too bad. This is probably one of our better arable fields as well. So it just goes to show how bad it really is when you look at some of the stuff that's not so good. But this crop's not really going to make much of anything. It's all right. It's not going to break many pots, is it? I mean, it's not exactly like cress. It's there or thereabouts, and it's just gonna do what it's gonna do. But I'll be glad when we get to the autumn and we can just get rid of this and combine it out or whatever and see the back of it, because there's nothing worse than looking at patchy fields. This is actually going in with a herbal lay in the autumn. That's an old countryside stewardship option there, and just here, that's all going to come out, and then we'll just put the whole field in with herbal lay. Calving update, 5 left, actually kind of 4 left. That red one there shouldn't really be in calf. Last year, you might remember that some footpath walkers, hello girl, they came across the footpath and decided to leave all the gates open, and the bulls got back in with the cows. Just happened to be the day that you were bulling. So she's gonna calf sometime before Christmas. So technically really only 4 left. This is week 9. I think we're doing pretty well. Powered pasture delivery. Look at these beauties. These are the Gallagher ring top posts. Absolutely love these. These are so good. Thank you to the guys at Powered Pasture for sending this stuff down. They also sent a box that had like bungee cord in it, but my dad's ran off with it, so we haven't got that. Now the guys at Powered Pasture sent these down because they said there's only a few people on this planet that can make electric fencing look sexy. And I'm not one of them. The bungee cord in here, I'll do a video about that at some point when I actually get to see it, because now Dad's ran off with it. But he was telling me that he's put some up in a gateway and he's absolutely loving it, because he can just like, ooh, drive straight over the top, and he's walking around the absolute, because now doesn't have to get out of his buggy every time he wants to go into a field. Man's living the dream. You might remember last week we found that the cattle crusher is broken when we're just sorting that cow's ear tag out, and we're gonna get it out today and weld it up and try and strengthen it up. It's a fair age, this cattle crush, but what happened was, when we were semen testing, Paul, I think it was, had his head in there and he pushed down. And I reckon what's happened is, because all of this stuff bolts on the front here, and all that pressure has peeled this top bar away from the upright, just like a peeling a banana. So we're now gonna have to get it out and strengthen it. You can see where we've welded it up before. We're gonna have to make a much better job of it, because I mean, the cattle crush is a fair age, but it ought to withstand that. But the biggest issue is we used to tie it on that back end so that it didn't walk when you were catching cows, because it had a tendency to just like walk away. So then what we did, because that was annoying, it used to affect the scales, is we stopped tying it. We made these brackets on the front, and these brackets hold the legs of the scales, because that's the weigh bar there, and it holds the leg of the weigh bar in, which is perfect. It keeps them in there brilliantly. But the problem is getting it out and getting it back in again. Come on. Some of you might remember as well, we concreted that step in at the back. So you used to be able to get the bar under the back and just hop that over. The step makes life a lot easier, but not when you're trying to get this out. Come on, Gavin. You know what, I think I'm just being daft. You know what I should do? So just back in here with the telehandler, put a strap over the top of it and just lift it out. Why make life hard when you can make it easy? And now we're up here, you can kind of see the extent to this. Look at this, it's peeled out here. And then, I didn't realise that was hollow. Best guess it's for the galvanising, but then it's ripped all down the side of this as well and underneath. So the aim now, I'm gonna try and get this all back square, if we can, and then make some sort of L-shape pieces to go on here. Maybe even do something else around here just to try and firm it up a little bit. Right, so we've put that piece up there and over the top. Kind of made a bodge job of welding that on, but it's on. And now I'm thinking if we just get this kind of angle piece on both sides, hoping that'll just help stop the pull. I don't know, kind of making it up as we go along. So nothing new here then really, is there? Right, well my welding skills are up there with my arable farming skills. I reckon she's about done. And I did all right, to be fair, because I only managed to burn my finger, burn my hand where spark went down my glove, burn my chest, one went down my head, and probably burn the top of this slappy head of mine, because it's also the hottest day of the year outside, and I can't wear a hat whilst I've got the mask on. To be fair though, I think we've done all right. We've kind of gone around the side here with this piece. Yes, the world's roughest welding, I admit it. This bit over the top, and that bit on the side. I'm kind of just hoping that that'll hold it. We've got that on both sides now, so it should be all right. I used to be a half decent arc welder actually, back in the day. And then we bought a MIG welder, and I got good at that. And then somehow my arc welding skills just went like, out the window. And now I just make a mess. But it holds, and that's what's important. Right, that's her all in. Managed to mess up filming the last bit, but whatever, it is what it is. That's another week done. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, next week, I might actually have to start and talk about some major decision we've made. We've made a huge decision on the farm, like a massive change. And I've not really been speaking about it because it was a bit up in the air, and then like we did it and it's not really been the right kind of thing to do to go and talk about it. But next week, I think it's kind of like, we're going to start doing it. So probably going to have to talk about it. So stay tuned because it is massive. Like it's a huge change. Anyway, whatever you get up to this weekend, have yourselves a good one. Look after yourselves. See you in a bit. Put some sun cream on because it's really hot. Hey, if you haven't seen it already, why not check out this video? Or you can subscribe by clicking on that logo. Alternatively, head to www.bodysfarm.com where you can read more about the farm, check out some blog posts, or treat yourself to some of the amazing clothing that we wear here every single day. Cheers.